Hello and happy Monday. How are you guys doing? I got you just a bounce in there, sorry. How are you? It is Monday, September 15th. What a day today. I was cleaning a little bit and I found, I was cleaning in the attempts to find a couple things. I found these, and as I was flipping a couple things, I was like, yay! I don't know how many of you have been knowing that I've been trying to find the cuteness, the dies that I knew I had gotten with, all right, I don't know where that set is, which is really bad because I am planning to use it today. Woo, better be able to find it. Charming Day, I think it's called. I'm Lori LaRose. I live in Rocky Mountain House, Alberta, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm here as well as over on YouTube channel. The Facebook only lets us have our lives for 30 days on here, so then if there was something that you're kind of like, oh, Lori did that card, and you remember sort of something about it, I hashtag a couple things, but you can go and take a look, and they have all the thumbnails. So if you go to my actual channel, you can look at the list of things, and you might be able to see the card that you were looking for, basically. I'm gonna pop you down because I need to start coloring because I know I'm coloring. If I can find Charming Day. I was shifting a lot of stuff to and fro, so we'll see how it goes. How was everybody's weekend? Did everybody have a nice weekend? I made some really cool cards for our teammates. That's way too close. Thanks very much, Lori. I am part of a sisterhood, and we pool our teams together to show off cards and make cards. And there was 10 presentations, I think, on the weekend. All sorts of fancy folds, all sorts of fun things. The girls that are part of my club, so that is a team event that if you're part of my team, it's free for you. And you'll want to be starting to make your checklist if you're thinking, hey, always a good time to join Stampin' Up!, especially good time coming up really soon. So if you have ever thought about becoming a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, being part of my team does have a couple perks, including this once every several months we have a thing. Once you're in to that Facebook group, you can look back at all of them. So there's probably, golly, there's probably 100 different great presentations in there. Anyways, yeah, so this was Charming Day, and there's a couple neat little sets. So Amy Coender, is a amazing demonstrator from the States. I quite love her style. And I just, as I was flipping just to think, oh, what should I make today? Saw a card that was fairly similar to what I'm going to show you tonight. Ugh. And it includes these, but I'm not quite sure because, of course, I came in here a few minutes ago. My cuckoo clock just rang. So that is why, if you're waiting for me, Now, let's see. FYI, if you're like me and you're like, what is available right now other than looking online? I was making a card, that card. Look how cute it is. Looking for natural botanicals, still a current set. And have been working with this one last week, the More Than Autumn. Great set to be using this fall. P.S. you guys, I have a monthly subscription group that we're meeting on Wednesdays, weekly Wednesdays, and there's a whole inspiration group with it as well. And I'm just going to do a really fast peekaboo. Ooh, so fun. We work with things that we have in our stash, which is super fun. That sort of where the little rhinoceros comes from, by the way. We encourage and love seeing how we work with things that we had. So the other day, this wasn't the color, but the other day I made a card with the coffee cup amongst the roses, and that was super fun. I did that live with you guys, I think, but also we constantly blend new and old, and that's kind of fun. While I'm looking for my Charming Day, I will just continue to show you good ideas. I did that card a couple weeks ago, making a wreath. Oh, Charming Day. I still want to work with you. Where did you go? Where did you go through? Oh, Charming Sentiments. That's not what I want. Wouldn't it be typical that I actually probably put this stamp? Oh, you know what? Let me take a quick peek. Maybe it's in the washing area over here. Well, maybe I'll have to work with this one. I actually, in truth, I'm flustered, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure which set that came from, but I maybe will have to end up using that. All right, so this is making a wreath from these little guys. There's that guy. Better put him back where he belongs. Now, charming day. Oh, I found so many good things today and had this inspiration, and now I'm like, oops. Oh, here it is. Yahoo! I even brought over white paper, you guys. Now, do I know where that is? No. My black ink is over here. This card's going to come together lickety-split because I already embossed. Not embossed. Cut and embossed. All right, here's the question of the day. For a card this week, I'm going to throw out sets, and you guys can tell me, where does this set belong? Where does it belong? If you guys know where this one is, type it in there, and I'll put your name into the draw. And even better, if you made a card with it, I'll put your name in twice. If you you can post a picture right alongside. Wouldn't that be fun? Anyways, okay, I'm goofing around. Okay, so that set has these couple extra things, so I cut out a couple more of these guys. So that is that pretty one. Come here, come. There, that's that guy. And then it has a little guy. I did that in a different color. Now, the idea of this one actually, first off, came to me as an idea with, I really love seaside foam, but because I was thinking, well, maybe do one more, oh, you know what? It's inside of here. Oh, here it is. So it's going to be a tone on tone on tone, and I will probably make a second card working with this, but I'm going to see if I can turn it more fallish by working with the Lost Lagoon and a little touch of Pretty Peacock, and then we'll still do tone on tone. So look at I'm halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. All right, did I ask you guys what you were doing for the weekend? Did anybody tell me anything? I'll open up my computer so I can see. My phone no longer shows me anything. It's never been in a perfect place for me to see, but now it's not even showing it to me, even if I poke my head up over the dealio. Let's see here, Facebook Live, there I am. Keisha is saying, wait, show that stamp again. Okay, I will. This stamp. And hello, Betty. I think that's probably all of us. It is so funny because it's so slow. You guys are like always a couple minutes behind me, which is funny because I don't mean to be impatient, but I'll ask for opinions. And if you've ever wondered, there, yeah, now it's showing it. So that's quite a few seconds later. I have a really cool stamp set, and I keep seeing it in examples, and I keep thinking, oh, I haven't even worked with that set yet. Where is it? And that's exactly where I'm at right now, is where is that set? So sorry, I'm just over here looking for, and I am 99% sure that I have it. But that being said, I'm having no luck. So I'm gonna show you a hack. If you think, not if you think, if you see something you really love and then you can't find it, which is nice. Keisha just says she went on she did kind of like a retreat. I know one of our other friends also was doing a card making retreat. Keisha was doing a meetup with other demonstrators and other stampers, which is always super fun, hey? Okay, so I'm going to stamp this, and then I'm going to show you an idea. So I'm going to stamp this. Please be in here. Yay! Complete set. Gotta love that. What I don't have a lot of right this very second are blocks, but I have a few stand-ins, so that's okay. Again, I'm Lori LaRose, and yeah, we had fun. I did a live to a couple hundred people on Saturday morning. And then my husband is part of a golfing group, and they were doing a wrap up, even though that we all have like a month more to golf out here. the guys do a wrap up, but they invited all their women out. They were going to do a barbecue night, and they invited all of us to join them for the barbecue night and have a lovely, and they catered us and catered to us, I guess. And they, like, we ate first, and they made a beautiful meal and all the fixings, and they actually did it because I know I didn't. Anyways, it was really, really nice. We had a good time. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit for just a nanosecond on this piece of paper because I'm going to do a tone-on-tone layer. But I want it to have a little bit of something on here before I start layering everything, because otherwise it's just tone on tone on tone. So in the same color for a full monochromatic, I'm going to bring in my Lost Lagoon stamp pad. And, oh, not that though. Hang on a second. All right, so you can hear noise happening around me. You know that, oh, this is perfect. This is semi-perfect. You know that things are not completely cleaned up if I'm still stepping on stuff. Okay, so this is only semi-perfect. Like, I love to use up everything. I'm going to use this circle. Some of you will know the stamp set. I'm kind of, and I'm not sure that it's part, if it's an online, or I can take a look in here. It's a really cool stamp set. It's writing. There's a whole bunch of writing, and it's a background purposely. So it's like, if anybody knows what I'm talking about, go ahead and type it in there. Even if you're on replay, by the way, if you're on a replay and you hear me asking for something, unless it's a replay like 42 years from now, you can always play. Oh, I don't think it's here. It must be an online one. It might not even be current, but I'm hoping and wishing it is. It's a whole bunch of writing, and it's in a circle. There's a square maybe and a rectangle is my guess. If that look is something that you're kind of wanting, you're like, dang, I don't have that. Take a mask, a circle mask in this case, and I'm going to put it on here about here. Now because I'm working with a really, really crappy one, I'm going to have to fuss it a little bit. But if you had a fresh piece of paper with just the circle in it, I'm just totally faking it, you'd be good. If you have to really keep hacking with me, because I am the queen of hacking, you will take extra pieces to cover up all the rest of the stuff. I'm going to put this underneath just because it might be better. And I don't want that either. So I'm centering this. I'm actually offsetting it. Maybe I'll end up offsetting it a bit more. I don't want any of this to come out. Hang on a second. Sorry, guys. Okay. So I'll put that there. So I am just basically masking this circle. And that little piece there, I will slide something in there because you know, as much as it shouldn't come through there, it probably will. Okay, so now all I have showing is my circle. Now I'm going to take an oldie but goodie, let's say that. Stack stone, just because it's not writing, but it looks like it's going to do the trick, and it'll be really pretty. And I'm going to take that guy. I actually have a block for this, so I'm lucky. I don't think with this particular technique, if you didn't have a block, I think you'd be able to ink it up and flop it over because you're not lining it up to anything. It will be nicer if I can get it straight, actually. So let's be straight here. Okay, so I'm going to ink that up. And I know that I'm just about at the top there, so I'll fix that in just a nanosecond. So I'm just inking. And honestly, with this particular stack stone, if I didn't have it perfect, it'd be okay. I think I'm going to do it full. Hi, Allie, how are you? I think, geez. Hang on. I'm just going to see. I'm going to take the back side of this. Oh, it's going to be too dark. I'm just going to stamp it off down here. You guys are like, what are you doing now? I'm stamping it off. Okay, because I want it to be less inky. Now I'm going to just stamp it in that circle. And I'm going to press fairly hard now because I want to make sure I get, if that's a circle, I want to make sure that I get around the edges good. And hopefully everything stayed masked the way I had it. I'm really good. Had a good day. I'm watering the lawns. Hoping for a lot of rain before it snows and to put all of our plants and stuff to bed. All right, now I am really high up there, so I'm going to move there. That'll be better. There, perfect. All right, I'm partly letting the ink go where it wanted to. So again, this is a little bit of a hack for a look that you might have seen around, and maybe when I find what I'm looking for, I'll maybe explain it better. Oh, dang it. All right. So, lesson learned here is that, I just have to do it again, and I will. Lesson learned is that you should probably do it on a piece of copy paper and not be able to, you won't want to double use. What's the word I'm trying to say? You won't want to multi-use something that you already have laying around. So I'm going to, oh, you know what? Sorry, because I don't really know where I'm hitting. I better hit a little tiny bit more. I don't know. Can you see that, what I did there? Okay. So I'm going to stamp it off again. And then I'm going to actually pull it off of here so I can press and push in around that circle essentially and hope for the best this time. So we're going to do it again. And I think it might be better because now you can see I can literally push down and massage it right into there. I've got to get down like that 1/16 of an inch. And I think this should work. I should also be able to take a peek and see. Let's see. Yeah, this is working now. So it was just that I couldn't make it. I'm making it be malleable now. Nice. Okay. All right. So the block is really not important, except for the stamping off part. So I did a double hack there. I stamped off once. It's still very, very dark. Thank goodness I stamped it off. So the thing was that. So all of this extra paper was just to keep that circle. The pulling it off the block was to push it in around that circle. And yeah, I just wanted to have that result. So that's perfect. Yahoo! And I can choose to go whichever way at that point. Still, I think I'll be doing it this way, so that's good. Okay, so now I have this guy, and I'm going to, I'm hoping, does Calypso go with this? What color am I going to do this? Oh, some nice yellow roses in the fall with maybe a little tiny bit of some pumpkin edges. So I'm going to pull in some light pumpkin pie, and I'm going to put them... I bought beautiful roses in November years and years and years ago, and I'll see if I can kind of half recreate them. They were yellow, but with orange and red on them. They were so beautiful. So let's see if we can make some beautiful flowers. Now the leaves, dang it, what color am I going to do these leaves? Because I don't think I want to do them this color. I wonder if Old Olive will look nice with this. What do I have here? Old Olive. I'll just color here. And does Old Olive go with this? Is this the color I want? I didn't think this through earlier, did I? So at the party that we were at, they were playing Bob Seger, and they played him about 6 times. So I got that running through my head still. I love Bob Seger, so it's not a horrible thing. Maybe I should do this. Ah, except that it's not very good. So this is the light one, and I need the dark one of it. So this is Seafoam. Okay, well, this is what I should probably play with these things. I'm going to pull in my light daffodil. Where's my other Seafoam? So I have my blends in boxes. And I have red separate and usually, and I have a few different colors separated, but I fear that I might have been using. I don't know where my dark seafoam is. Oh, maybe that's it. Hey, holy cow. It is not very dark. Okay. All right, so I'm going to bring in this yellow. I'm hoping for a fall looking rose. So I'm going to want to get this blending good. I'm not holding out hope. Now this is the light, so I'm going to have to pull in the dark. Let me pull in the dark first, I guess. Dark lemon lolly, let's see what that's like. That's looking okay. So I just really want it to blend. You gotta be a little bit careful that as I'm saturating it and trying to get it to blend, that it also doesn't run outside the lines too much. There. So the girls last week in the class were like, we wouldn't mind if you showed your stuff earlier. I like to be like a big unveil on Wednesday nights, like, ta-da, this is what you're gonna do. And then they scramble around and come up with what they're gonna work with as with the design. Meanwhile, I'm like, well, I was scrambling up until now to find out what we were gonna make too. So aren't we all in the same boat? But anyways, so I'm trying to rectify that. So if you're joining this coming, you can join anytime. It's a monthly charge of $50, and you know that you'll be coming into a what's the word I'm trying to say? A 2.0 version of it, as I keep correcting and making it better for you guys, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. That's kind of pretty. It's a little bit bright for what I kind of wanted. I'm not quite sure what to do about that. I'm going to actually add in a little bit of light petal pink and see what that does to it. See if it tones that yellow down just a little bit, hey? I'm also thinking it might almost just be kind of getting ate by, the yellow is very saturated. Or is it not saturated? Right in the middle it's not very saturated, but that one has that one right here. Let's see. I feel like that maybe is toning it down a little bit. I'm going to let that sit for a second. I'm going to bring in my dark. I think this is going to be pretty. These are going to be pretty light compared to the roses, but it's always fun to see what's what, right? Know that when I color for real, I say that, and yet, you know, I cut all these out and I'm still using them. But I do tend to, color a little tiny bit softer, slower. I just put up a couple reels and I've sped up 4 times so you can watch me color those cups, say for instance. I think it's so fun to watch them coloring at warp speed. I think it's hilarious to watch. I enjoy it. I have a couple friends that are like, oh, it gives me a headache to watch all that fast motion. All right. So, I feel like, oh yeah, I've got a song going through my head. That's what I was talking about. All right, so feel a little bit like this is too bright for these leaves. So I might pull in a little tiny bit more color into these leaves. And more color, did I say? I mean less color in a way. So I've got the petal pink. Is this petal pink as well? I'm kind of looking for the dark petal pink. And you know, in truth, where it probably is over here. And it's possible that any of these guys might work. So is it one of these ivory? Ivory might even work. We don't have ivory. Oh, none of these are petal pink. Whew, okay. So this is 1000 though. And I find it quite pink. So I'm hoping that it'll orange things up a little bit. Yeah. I'm hoping that it tones down the brightness of the yellow. If you've ever blonded your hair and you left the bleach on too much and you had a halo of yellow, you know you need to add usually a little bit of blue, but I think blue in this case would turn this all green. And that I don't want. Oh, you know what? You add purple, I think, and then that browns it, makes it brown. We don't want dead leaves either. So I don't know if you can see it, but it's just literally softening. And if it turns it a little bit more pink, then not. Pink is not a bad rose color, obviously. As you can see, and adding actually a little bit of yellow to those guys will be nice. So again, this is one of the skin tones. If you have ever thought, hey, I would like to be part of a club and use more of my blends, I'm gonna have to figure out, we used to be able to do it a different way, but anyways, I would love to work with you to get more blends into your life if you're like, oh, those look so cool. Over the years, I've had neat blend clubs, and I bring it up because there's 5 sets. So you'd have your first set of things, you buy a chunk of them at a time. Buy 4 or 5 blend packages 4 times. So 4 times 4 basically. And I give you prizes. Okay, so there is that pretty guy. And now I have supposedly a die. So I would be able to cut that out pretty fast. And then we'll put this card together. Dun, da, da, da. So if you're just coming on board, I did a little hack for you. Go back and watch that on how to make a circle for this kind of a thing. I throw this guy on here. I think I was all on screen. You can check out my Instagram for reels. Facebook also has the reels actually. And if you comment or throw a heart at that, that's always nice too. And YouTube has my channels, my cards forever. Okay, I'm just gonna go run this through, and I hope that it'll look pretty with this. If not, there it is. I always tell people we might suspend our belief sometimes. Who was I telling that to the other day? Sometimes we just suspend our belief a little tiny bit. Play a little bit of make-believe, and it's beautiful. Oh, rats. You'd think that I'd never cut with dies before. My rats comes from, look how much white I have over here. I'm right up nicely there, so I'll just trim this little piece off a little tiny bit. And I did find some scissors. I didn't find my second set, and I'm fussy enough. If I was putting this on white, then of course I probably would worry less. Because I'm putting it here, I'm going to cut this. It's nice because it already gives me, oh, I didn't mean to cut that close. It gives me where I should be cutting, if that makes sense. And I should only have to cut half of it because it's just that I placed it just a little bit too far over. In fact, this one doesn't even hardly need to be done. There. Ta-da! Nice. Okay, that was the first time that I used that. I am going to just cut down into here. I don't know why I'm whispering. The Stampin' Up! Universe will not come and get me just because I disagree with that they missed that cut line. Okay, again, on a white piece, it would never matter, but just because I'm cutting this, it does a little bit. Oh, I never even thought about words. Rats. All right, hang on. I'm just going to have a little sip here. Okay, I'm not positive that I love, love, love this color, these colors with this. I was trying for fall, I didn't want to go straight out orange. I don't mind these colors. I probably, honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do to fix it, actually. I might end up pulling in some of the Lost Lagoon. Now, when I was looking at Amy Coander's thing, I believe that she just laid this across here, and she used, I think she used these hearts, these leaves, right? Because then there's leaves all over the place. She may have put it this way. Hang on. Nope. She'll have put it the other way for sure, okay? Or she might just have put leaves in, or she might have just trimmed off these leaves, or she might just have used those leaves. I didn't look that closely because I don't mind having these guys. Basically, I'm just going to cover that up. So I've got some leaves going on. These guys are kind of pretty, so I can add some extra leaves. Now, shy of that, I'm just going to see what that looks like if I just had, and I only did one of those, of course, so that's not ideal, but, and then I could add a little tiny bit. Oh, that's nice too. Okay. So, all right, I'm going to just trim a couple of these guys and put them in. I didn't mind the idea of just covering this up, but there's quite a few little extras. Like, I don't mind having that there. So then I just have to trim that guy, basically. And now I've lost my scissors. Anybody see what I did with them? Ew. So I had a couple requests since people had seen my inquiry about my paper share. I've had a couple inquiries about my paper share since, and so I thought, well, if I can find a couple extra people, I will. So if people are still interested in a paper share, touch base with me. I'm going to put in an order, and I have a couple. So now I'm not even using that. I just ended up clipping all those leaves off. Oh, there. I'll keep that one in there, no problem. So yeah, let me know. There was a reason. Oh, so I was like, why am I saying that? Oh, yeah. Because I've gotten the initial one, it's been shipped off. And I just want to give a shout out to my mail folk. I go in there with my envelopes unsealed. I bring my packing tape and I'm like, oh, am I right that this is like under 400? Because I don't want to be like at 401 and pay like $1 extra for 401. I would rather throw in a few things for my girls or whatever. Or I don't also want to be sitting at 325. I'll throw in pieces of, like, I'll throw in dies basically if I have extra room space on the scale. And they're always so kind because they laugh. They put it through. Does it fit through the fatness? Does it fit the length and the width and all that kind of stuff? And they're just so accommodating. And then I'm like, thanks. And they charge it up, and then I go off and I tape it up and away we go kind of thing. And then I always have the very best value for shipping. So the paper shares are $7 postage, but that's okay. And there it is. Okay, so I've just taken a peek at Amy's thing, and I'm laughing because hers is totally different than mine right now. Totally different color, by the way. So this is quite pretty. She's got hers. I should be able to do it quite quickly. She has hers all down here. No, and in fact, it's over on this side. How the heck did she do that? All right, so she has hers over here now that I look at it. This is why when I take a look, then usually I'm just like, uh-huh. And then, oh my goodness, she's got this up here. Good gracious, you guys. And then all of this down here. And then this guy in here in the corner. All right, so she's got it like this. How pretty. That is very pretty. And then these are words in hers. She's done hers on craft caramel crumb cake. And I really don't think she used these little spindly leaves, but I like them. And then she's got her words just right here. Now, they're a little bit higher, and so that's to be said. So you can see how hers would be very pretty. This is supposed to be going on. What did I do with the base for this? It's going to be tone on tone. Somewhere I have a card base. Didn't I bring it over? You guys saw it at one point, didn't you? So Friday nights, except for this last week when I went out, the gang of girls got together. I just had it. I know I did. Oh, here it is. The gang of girls got together, but on Friday nights, if I'm losing stuff, well, then it's like, da, 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 da. All right. So this is one. And then I will pop this up on some dimensionals. The leaves are okay. The flower's a little bit something, something. Okay, so she did a very pale pink, probably petal pink, on crumb cake, and it very pretty. I love my colors. The yellow's just a little bit bright. I'm trying for a fall look. And I might add in, I might go over it again kind of thing. But definitely we don't want something so bright and garish as red. Ah! It's not so bad, but it's not right. Okay, now because of where I stamped mine, let's try this one more time the way I was going to do it. I have it like this. Interesting. I like the way mine went. I'm going to have to go back and screenshot mine because I actually was like, I kind of like the way I had it, but now I don't. All right. I'm going to put mine in this corner though, because I didn't get my circle quite as high as I should have. That's okay. I just need to work this down even lower. All right. Can you hear my dog barking? Not sure why he's barking, but right. I do like the extra peacock in here. Just a little bit of extra darker color. A little relief from the tone on tone on tone. And I like this. So Amy Coender, thank you very much for your card idea. I love it. Nice. So like I said, she basically stamped this "Thanks for You" straight over top of her words. Mine, I don't think we're going to be able to see through them. So I think I will tuck. I think I will do it because I love my "Can't Wait to See You Again." I think I will stamp that one, or even the "Hey," and I will stamp that onto a little piece of white. I'm going to stamp it in the dark peacock. And then I'll have a little word, and I like that look a lot. Bring a little piece of something, something here. Hello, Connie. Happy to have you popping by just to say hi. Oh, that was totally crooked. It's okay. We will straighten it out. So I was doing my live and I was like, okay, so a lot of times what I do is I just give her. I'm an inspiration for my team. If they think that they can't do it, they just come and watch one of my lives and they're like, oh, I could act like that. And away they go. Right, and then I'm going to move my little darker guy down here and throw that guy on there. Da 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 da. Just going to cut this a little bit tighter because a couple millimeters might make the difference. It does. It's silly, but then you get to see more of it. And so I brought in the, oh, I love this. I brought in my guy because, of course, you never see me put, what are the guys called? Embellishments down very often because of the fact that I never know for sure how I'm going to glue it down, and something that you should do at the end. But generally speaking, I think that's going to do her. How fun is that, you guys? Oh, I kept creeping up, didn't I? All right, I have a few different embellishments here. Ooh, what are these pretty ones? I have some clear ones, which might be kind of nice, because they're going to totally pull in the color from below. I have some bluey ones. Let's see, are these this color? Oh no, see, they're not really, right? Not sure which color they really are, but they're pretty, just not quite right. And the pink is weird, and the blue, of course, doesn't work. And then I have some sparkly ones, but sparkle doesn't work in my mind for this. All right, so it's these white ones or more rhinestones. So I love the rhinestones because they're just super practical. If you are shopping, if you're going with the quarter package of DSP with me, it's $46 plus, like I said, that $7 shipping to where you are in Canada. And you get a package of these guys, whatever these things are called, embellishments. I'm having trouble saying. What are you doing flying over there? I think I could put a nice big one down here. How often, how rare. So on the weekend, I was gluing, and one of the girls that was watching watches me sometimes on here, and she's like, "Are you going to glue your card together, Lori?" I'm like, "I am." She was a little bit amazed, as she should be. I don't glue very often. My team and their friends are lucky they got to see me gluing a card together. Anyways, all right, you guys, there it is. How fun is that? Okay, full disclosure, I might come in and make my leaves a little tiny bit darker, and I might go through one more time with a brownie color to soften up that bright flowers. But otherwise, I love it. Hope you guys do. Thanks for watching, and I will see you back here again live at 8 tomorrow night, Tuesday. It'll be great. And yeah, you can catch all my replays over on that YouTube channel. Go over, pop over and subscribe, and then you'll be set when they're popping on there. All right, toodaloo. Talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye-bye.